That boy is our last hope.
I'm slinging them things. The one you truck can't be strange. I'm focused, I stay in my lane. The one the culture might change. I'm slinging them things. The one you truck can't be strange. I'm focused, I stay in my lane. The one the closure might change. I race in the skip and I get.
You are now tuned in to iRock TV, your go-to for sports, politics, and the biggest stories shaping our world. Straight facts, real talk, and no nonsense breakdowns. Stay locked in and let's get it. All right, hey you guys, welcome back. Like I said, man, hope you guys having a great day today. All right, so let's get into this video. In this video, I will be breaking down content on Phylicia, Rashad, and Anthony Mackie based on femininity and masculinity. All right, so I think this is going to be a good video today. So hope you guys tune in and, like, share, and subscribe.
Wow.
Yeah, that's who he was.
You know, you came up in an era, Miss Rashad, where dignity and grace were everything. So do you ever look at how wild Hollywood is now and you just think to yourself, boy, y'all got it easy. Y'all wouldn't have got away with that in my day.
Mm. Yeah, you'd have to look at Hollywood. I could look at the way young ladies dress.
Mm.
I knew I should have worn some other pants.
You got your ass
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
elbow, shoulder over here. You want my coat?
The young ladies are so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They're so beautiful. And something has happened in popular culture.
Mm.
And I don't mean to be critical, and I hope young ladies listening don't take this as personal criticism, because I don't mean it that way.
Mm.
But you're young queens, beautiful and smart and brilliant and bright. And it really, I know I'm taken aback when I see on a college campus young women dressed in strips of clothing.
Mm.
I mean, male instructors don't like it. But more importantly than that, and you'd correct me if I'm wrong, sir,
Mm-hmm.
no man wants his woman to be out like that.
Mm.
Right?
No, I grew up on Method Man saying, wearing 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. That's what he said.
That's right.
But not only that, it's like there's today's designers. I mean, there's ways. There are other things, and I just
Leave something to the imagination.
Yeah.
it would be nice.
Some things are for my eyes only,
Yep. And like you said, there are ways of being sexy without showing so much.
Oh, please. And that's really not sexy.
I mean, one of the most sexiest, most beautiful pictures is you. I forgot what year it was, but you got on like a basketball jersey and like some jeans. You eating some popcorn. That is. That's an iconic picture.
Is it the white jersey?
Yes.
That was
that is a beautiful picture. That's that is the epitome of sexy.
Oh well, it's. I think it has to do with. I think it has a lot to do with what they see.
Mm-hmm.
What they're emulating what they see.
Yeah.
See, we grew up in a time where the singers. These ladies were dressed down, darling.
Mm.
These women, they were wearing robes and gowns and right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's a little different today.
Yeah.
So they're really just emulating what they see.
All right, man. So we're gonna get right into this thing right here. So let's break this down. So Charlamagne was asking Miss Rashad, what do you think happened to, the dignity and grace of the young ladies in this generation? And what she was saying was, she said it so, and y'all go check out this interview. This is a good interview right here. It was actually a good interview. And she, carried herself well like a woman should in this interview, right? So she was good demonstration of what a woman looks like, how she carries herself. But what she's saying is that don't take it personal how she kind of like set her answer up. It was, man, just flawless. But she said, don't take it personal. But while she continued to school and educate the young women today, she pretty much basically saying, and she ended with, I don't think, she said some male instructors or some males at the school, it makes them uncomfortable that the women dress like that because it put them in a weird position. Able to lose their job if they look or anything, could be sexual harassment at the work or job place. So that's already, putting men in the bad position because men, we're visual. Not saying, I'm excusing the man of, not being able to control herself, but if a woman is, walking around and provoking men or she wearing certain things and she think a man ain't gonna look, a man, we're not gay, the guy who has a set, unless it's a guy that she don't like or it's a gay guy trying to come up on her, but men, we're gonna look. You know what I'm saying? And men, think about it. How you advertise yourself says a lot about you. So, what's going to happen, men going to approach you a certain way. But anyway, back to what she was saying. She was saying that no man won't stay. It's okay for women to do it. But if you want to be in a relationship, if you want to be with the man, you got to carry yourself with some dignity. You got to carry yourself with some shame. You got to be able to carry yourself with some elegance. Right? If you want a relationship, and I think that's what's wrong with the world today. These women, they say they don't need a man, but everything they use, most things, 90% of the stuff they use been created by a man. They say they don't need a man, but every time you see a woman, you see her going from relationship to relationship. She can't just stop and chill. Most women go from relationship to relationship. But the thing what she was saying was that the men don't want it. So what women got to understand, most women, it's all about me. They don't need a man, because they feel like they can go work a job. Cool. But still, men had to pass a certain law in order for you to be able to have the privileges and the rights that women have today. So even though the woman said, I don't need a man, she still do need a man. In some way, shape, or form, whether it's the police officer, whether it's the soldier going to war, whether it's the men doing construction, infrastructure, building things and breaking things down and rebuilding them up, or going to fix on cars or this, that, and third. Men, pretty much, if it weren't for men, this society wouldn't be able, we wouldn't be able to live comfortable in the first world society if it wasn't for men. Also, women contribute to as well. But the lion's share of the work and who get credit for it is the men. All right. So, and also, I'm trying to think what else I want to hit on. I got a couple thoughts really on freestyling this. Also, I wanted to hit on that it says a lot about the woman and, her self-respect. If a woman dresses a certain type of way, that means she probably doesn't know how to maintain or build something significant outside of the bedroom. And the only way she can get attention from guys is like a chick who never was schooled on how to get a man, to keep a man, so she used her body, to get the man. But then she get mad when people objectify her and only you look at her as a sex object. Because if I walk around and I'm in a police uniform or I'm in the military ACUs, people are going to think I'm either law enforcement or they're going to think I'm in the military because that's the uniform I have on. So if a woman has a uniform of a hooker or a swoop or any type of woman that look like she prostitute was selling her goods or services or her sexuality or whatever, she bent over a certain way on pictures and videos, and she's saying, well, hey, look, if you want to see this video, they'll pay me. Or if you want to meet me, you want this, you got to pay me. That's prostitution. That's what they're saying. She said, y'all dressing like hookers. And that's the woman that's on the side. And the thing is, a lot of women, they want a man, but they really do side bitch behavior. Excuse my French, but I had to say that. All right, look. And now we're finna keep rolling the clip. I got another clip I want to play, and then I'm gonna dive back in. All right.
Poking beans,
I did, though.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
up.
real.
Yeah.
That's where we came from. I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like, your kids. And no, I don't give a fuck. I could be the biggest star in the world. do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, you know, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always, since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, motherfucker climb through the window, that money means nothing. Right. You can have all the celebrity in the world, motherfucker jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing. Yeah. So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different. You feel it when you go to Europe. Like these, and you're like, could bust your ass, boy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You go to Europe.
Tight ass pants.
Yeah, tight ass pants. Motherfucker, good, boy, you better lotion your ankle. Like, you feel it when you go to Europe. Even when you, like, I was just in Kenya and I was walking around, I'm like, yeah. Dude was like, you ain't from here. Like, nah. Yeah, I could tell. I know you can. I could tell I ain't from here. You know what I mean? It's just that American male masculinity is something I think is very important for boys. Because now our little boys are afraid to fail, so they don't try. You know what I mean? When we were kids, we did tackle drills. We would run face first into each other.
We just talked about it. They shot. Dudes don't even talk to a woman face to face no more.
They don't know how no more. Because, women they are so mean and so angry. Bruh, I saw this, my nephew was talking to this girl. Oh my God, dude, she just killed him. I mean, he was like, excuse me, how you doing? She goes, ugh. How do you come back from that? Yo, he just walked over to me, I gave him his beer. I was like, there you go, bro. That didn't happen.
Okay, all right, man. Y'all heard what the man said, right? So he pretty much was talking about the demonstration of demolition on male masculinity, on fathers, on boys, on, young teenagers in America, in the West. And he talks about, like, for the past 20 years, I would go back and say, man, maybe 40 to 60 years, that's was the start of, slowly, maybe like subtle things, like with the change of law, from taking God out to school, from the woman can get incentivized for taking the kids from the other parent, which is, i.e. The father, when in the Bible it says God, father, mom, mother, or, and child, or God, man, woman, children. That's the order. So once they took God out of schools and then they took father out of the homes, and you can get money, but just long as you get him out the house, you can get a paycheck. That sounds like almost like when the devil offered Eve the tree of life. If you bite this tree of life, this and the third, then God, if you betray God and don't listen to God, you'll be smarter than him or you'll be better than him. But the whole it messed up it messed up everybody after her. And everybody from a generational standpoint, I'm talking about when you talk about the story, the story of the Bible, this, that, and third, when you look at the story. Pretty much the story is right 100% of times, just like Dr. Seuss right 100% of times, But when you look at the parable, it pretty much is saying that, because of your decision, you're going to mess it up and you're going to curse the next generations. So and you look at the statistics when, a father is out of the home, kids are more susceptible to doing crime, more susceptible to doing drugs, more susceptible to abuse, to neglect, to, you know, not learning, low level reading, grade reading level. I mean, when it comes to molestation or being raped or what have you, they're more susceptible to all these things, right? And also being homosexual, you know, because the father's not there to protect. And you already said you can have all the money in the world, you can have all these things in the world, but he still teaches kids how to be have character. Because he said he don't want them doing nothing stupid. And he found out why. Because a man doesn't have too many chances to keep messing up. And if he does mess up, the world is going to show him, hey, dude, you messed up. Don't be a fool out here. As a woman, she kind of could be protected, or she will have a pillow that when she falls, she'll have a padded fall, so she don't feel the real impact of the decision, because she always have somebody else trying to pick her up and help her because she's a woman. You know, people gonna feel sorry for him, but as a man, you don't have that same privilege. So he's saying that you gotta be respected. You gotta be the example. Why? Because you have to be more accountable as a man. A woman can kind of get away with doing little stuff. So what he's saying that men and women are different, and men have to be raised like men. And in this society, they want men and women to be the same. That's the problem. Then you got the little kids. They want the little kids to grow up faster, this, then, the third, and be, you feel me? And, you know, they over-sexualize the kids, and it start right there. All the trauma, this, the third, you know. And I'm not saying don't go to therapy. Reason why a lot of women need therapy, because they don't have fathers. They don't have people protecting them. They don't have people guiding them. They don't have no elders. They don't have nobody, you know, in the community that they respect. Because if a woman don't respect a man, or if she don't respect the man in her life, her father, who have high expectations of her or whatever, that she won't do some BS, then she's gonna do BS because she don't have nobody that's that she's trying to make proud. She don't have nobody that she respects, so she do whole shit. And that's pretty much what it is, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? With men, you got men, you know, they dressing like women, talking like women, all emotional like women. Why? Because there's no man to teach that young man how to be a man. But women think they don't need a man, so they think that, okay, well, I don't need a man, but let me take his money, let me get this spousal support, or let me get this child support, and then I'll get this money. Because why? I get the money, I don't need a man. But see, God didn't create us like that. He didn't create a woman to be so aggressive towards money and try to chase a career when that's not her lane for real. That's really the man's lane. But guess what? Like I said, I'll say it go back 40 years or farther than that. But it's a great interview. Go check this interview out as well. I mean, man, great interview, man. But man, I'm gonna stop there. And you know, I think I'll probably do a part 2 to this video, but I'm going to stop it right there. And, man, look, man, I hope you guys have a great day, man. And, you know, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Keep your game tight and your mind right, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.
That boy is our last hope.
I'm slinging them things. The one you truck can't be strange. I'm focused, I stay in my lane. The one, the culture might change. I'm slinging them things. The one you truck can't be strange. I'm focused, I stay in my lane. The one, the closure might change.